Hey, this is Andrew Brown, and what I want to do in this video is to show you the different output formats. So there's a lot of different ways that we can do this. I guess that we could do this via the Cloud Shell here, so I'm going to go ahead and just open that up. And what we'll do here is we want to be able to see something. So for these output formats, I'm thinking maybe something in VPC might be useful. So I'm going to go ahead and just type in AWS. I think I have already enabled here. No, I don't have auto prompt on here. So we'll just look for the auto prompt envar, so we can turn that on. AWS CLI. If we go here, we are looking for this here, okay? And so I just type in export here and then paste that in and say on partial. We'll type in clear, and now we'll type in AWS. And so now I get this prompt. And so the idea is that we should be able to get different outputs. Now, if I open this up here for a moment into Cloud Shell, then we get this nice bigger window, and that's a lot easier to work with because I want to see if we can use the output panel, which kind of gives you a preview of your output. Let's go ahead and take a look at VPC here. We're getting some weird artifacts from the time we resize, so I'm just going to clear that out, type in clear, and then do this again. And so I'm going to type in VPC. Or sorry, EC2, because that's where VPC is under. And then I'm going to say describe VPCs. Okay. And the idea here is that if I hit F5, I don't know if it'll work here. I'm going to try to hit F5. F5. There we go. I hit F5. Sorry, F5. I can actually see what the output's going to be. And look, by default, it's going to output to JSON. Okay. So if I just do output here, I could change this to table, and that's what it would look like if it was a table. I could change this to be text, and that's what it would look like if it was text. I could go here and say YAML, and that's what it would look like with YAML. I don't know what stream would be. I guess it's if you need to stream it. I don't know if there's any other formats. Let's take a look here. So output, AWS CLI formats. Let's just see if there's any other formats, table, text, YAML, JSON. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course, you can override it by setting an environment variable and putting your configuration file. Like see, you see it's in the config file. Nothing super exciting. But yeah, I mean, you just play around with it and you try to figure out what output works for you. JSON obviously is the most useful. Sometimes it's nice to have text. Text is really good if you're going to pare down the information. So like, obviously this isn't very useful, but if we just go back to output, maybe we want to change our query and we only want to select, let's say, the state. We could do query, and then I could say VPCs, and then I could do state. No, that wouldn't work. We'd have to do period square or square state. There we go. And so now we're getting an array of states. Okay, and then I would just say output, and then we would say text instead, or we could do table. But for text, it's usually good for text. When you want to get a single value, that's what you would do, right? So, you know, hopefully that gives you a clear idea on how that works. I'm going to just get out of there by hitting F2, or sorry, F5 to hide that panel. But yeah, I don't use these very often in Gitpod, but I love these panels when working with the CLI because it makes it very clear what you're going to get returned to you. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one, okay? Ciao.